Hello, it's Magnus, and I wanted to give a quick update in regards to the A9 camera that was announced by Sony on April 19th. I wanted to give time not to do a video right after it released, but give it some time, some thought, and really look over the specs and what I really thought of the camera. So I've got the specs right in front of me, and I wanted to just review a couple of the features that they had in their press release as a quick reference for this video. First of all, it's the world's first full-frame stacked CMOS sensor at 24.2 megapixels. So that'll allow the camera to take a faster burst rate, 20 shots per second. So blackout-free continuous shooting, since there's no mirror and the camera's a lot faster, it could just take those shots without it flashing in black like a DSLR would. Silent vibration-free shooting at speeds up to 1/32,000th of a second, which is unbelievable, incredible. That's hard to find. In fact, you can't find it except for Sony. So that's a really good feature to have. 693 focal plane phase detection autofocus points with 60 AF/AE tracking calculations per second. That is unbelievable. That pretty much takes up almost the entire view that you get, and is really good for tracking moving subjects. So that's the intent of that. This camera is meant to be a sports camera and compete with the likes of the Canon 1DX Mark II or the Nikon D5. Then it says extensive professional features, including Ethernet port for file transfer, dual SD card slots, and extended battery life. Now, according to what I've heard, is that the battery life has essentially been doubled. Now, you know, with a mirrorless camera, since you don't have that mirrored viewfinder that allows you to look through the viewfinder without power, on a mirrorless camera, you need that electronic viewfinder, which is great because you can see your exposure before you take the shot, as well as your settings, but it eats up battery life. So that's the one downside. So it's good on Sony that they actually doubled the battery life. And then 5-axis in-body stabilization with a 5-step shutter speed advantage. So that's good. In-body stabilization I'm a huge fan of. And the way that the GH5 put that in the camera, I think it's amazing. Now, after combing through all the features, watching a few videos, and reading, everything I could about the camera and the announcement, if you know me, I'm more of a video shooter with these cameras, and I'm not so much a photographer. Although I do take photos and I love taking photos, I lean more towards video. So the video specs and the features that they had in their press release gives a very short description on the 4K capability of the camera. The new A9 is very capable as a video camera as well, it says, as it offers 4K, which is actually UHD resolution, 3840 by 2160. Video recording across the full width of the full frame image sensor. When shooting in this format, the camera uses full pixel readout without pixel binning to collect 6K of information, oversampling it to produce high quality 4K footage with the exceptional detail and depth. Recording is also available in the popular Super 35mm size. So you can crop in that sensor and get the Super 35mm viewpoint of that footage. Additionally, the camera can record full HD at 120 frames per second at 100 megabits per second, which allows footage to be reviewed and eventually edited into 4 times or 5 times slow motion video files in full HD resolution with AF tracking. Now, from what I've seen and from what I've heard in other videos, specifically in, I believe it was Tony Northrup's video, where they actually tested it during video and they weren't impressed. So I don't expect to be impressed with the autofocus during video, but I wasn't impressed with the video capabilities of this camera. And again, this camera wasn't designed for that. It was designed, in my mind, to be a sports shooter, to compete with those higher end Canon and Nikon bodies. So I'm really not that impressed or excited for this camera. I wish I was, but I'm not. And I can honestly tell you, I don't plan to get it. I don't plan to review it. I think that it will be an exceptional camera, but it's just not in my line of taste. So let me know what you guys think. Also, I've got a little trial that I'm trying to run. Let me reach over here for a second. And I'm going to use the Samsung Gear 360 2017 edition to record a quick little, I guess, camera discussion and hopefully post it by tomorrow while I go off for a drive to work, and you guys will join me. So hopefully you catch that tomorrow, and we'll see what happens from there. But anyway, let me know, like this video, share if you'd like. I'll continue to test the GH5 and post those videos later this week. And of course, as always, you can make my day if you subscribe today. This is Magnus, and I'm